There's many struggles in Uganda. Unemployment is one, food security is another, a lack of education.
There's a huge population that's under the age of about 25, 26. They're missing a whole generation due to war and AIDS. And so you can imagine those young people growing up without mentors in their lives.
Coming from South Africa, my mind was blown, my heart was ripped to shreds, and my eyes were opened to the incredible vulnerability that's still out there, and that we have a responsibility to do something about it.
Once you start looking after these children, you cannot lose sight of you got to feed them, clothe them, house them, educate them, and discipleship and train. To answer that call to look after those kids is huge.
How do you help them other than pray for them and pray for wisdom and guidance, and that those kids will honor their grandmothers and their mothers?
Most of the citizens had lost their value, their worth, their dignity. And Bobi Agribusiness Institute, for that community, is bringing back hope, producing a product that helps their children, their families, giving back a dignity to the men in that region and to the women and the children, allowing them to see that there is hope.
Everything starts from the dirt. My name is Brent Smith, and I am the International Director of Development and Sustainability for Bobi Agribusiness Institute. When you're able to put together a soil that has really good fertilization, it tests very well, then you're going to bring forth a product that has very high nutritional value food source.
When they purchased the land for Bobi Agribusiness Institute, they picked some really rich soil. It's beautiful.
Agriculture business education is absolutely crucial for the people of Uganda. There's even estimates of 80% of the population in Uganda is directly involved in agriculture.
And so if you allow the people to have the skill, train them to use it accurately and with honesty, then the economy can boom from it.
Bobi's curriculum is being built by some of the best professors in the industry. One of them is at College of the Ozarks. Two of them are at the University of Arkansas. And all three of these professors together have written lots of curriculum, from soil, seed, and plant science all the way through agronomy, through economics, because all of that is very important around the agricultural world.
The curriculum will be a 2-year agriculture degree in either animal science or plant science and ag business. And I think the agribusiness component of that, teaching these students how to market it as well as knowing their cost of production, is really, really important.
Bobi Agribusiness Institute will utilize the skills that have been so well honed in other parts of the world, especially in the United States of America, bring those professors over to empower, to train, to teach the next generation of leaders, business leaders, agricultural leaders, to impact their own country.
We have managed to build Bobi in the northern part of Uganda, which was a very hard-hit area during the insurgency. But yet today, it's very peaceful.
It was really neat to see how Brent really took the model. C of O is the model, you know, and it's the almost exact replica, only in Africa. So
connection between College of the Ozarks and Bobi Agribusiness Institute is that the college is well over 100 years old, and it is a very significant model for us.
Bobi will have a beef farm, and they will have cattle. It's phenomenal soil for growing forages. They have warm season grasses that are there. A lot of the same grasses that we have here in Missouri, actually, for our warm season grasses. The cattle will be able to graze those. We're planning on putting in rotational grazing systems so that the students can learn how to do that.
I think the students at Bobi are really excited to start getting some of their technical training in the classroom and then getting to walk right out those doors and apply it at some of their workstations.
And then they have a responsibility to go to the classroom and learn everything they can, but then yet come back and apply it into the workstation.
They're not just going to be training them with the hands-on and the theory, they're also training them to be leaders in their field.
So those students will take ownership of that workstation, and they'll learn the hard skills they need to actually run it. So when they graduate, they can either go into business for themselves. They could become a work supervisor there. That would be wonderful, and teach other students. Or they can go off and manage farms or produce their own products. They'll have the work side accredited through College of the Ozarks, but they'll also have the academic side accredited through Dallas International University. That's important because it will be accredited through a U.S. institution. That will carry a lot more weight internationally for those students that are graduating from there.
For a Bobi student after graduation, they will go into the workplace. I believe that they will be very sought after throughout the country and probably in other countries to become the agronomists, to become the soil, seed, and plant scientists, to become business leaders throughout the whole gamut of agribusiness.
Bobi Agribusiness Institute is a godsend for the challenges in Uganda. Literally, it will focus on transforming not only the practical skills, of people to harness the resources that are right in their community, but also concentrate on the development of character with a Christ focus. Both of those are crucial components to transform community.
It's not just changing that student, but it is, for Bobi Agribusiness Institute, changing that generation.
It is a community effort to change lives. When we talk about changing lives, we're taking a little baby that is literally found in a ditch, under a tree, in a bush, and then we are nurturing the baby. And as that baby grows, that baby has a future. I've held these babies. I held baby Ava, who was found in a pit latrine, which is an outdoor hole in the ground where people go to the bathroom. She was found covered in insects and worms, and she was brought to us. She was not supposed to live through the night, but with a feeding tube and an incubator that we have, and prayer, she's 13 years old today. That little baby someday will most likely go to Bobi Agribusiness Institute. That is why people need to come alongside of us and help support. She's just one of many babies that has a future and a hope. These are lives, real people, real children. That is why we need people to come along and support Bobi Agribusiness Institute.
We know that we're having a lot go on in community in which that we are impacting, and we're seeing change.
You know, if you have a little bit of light going out all over the world in every community that can empower people and serve people, that's the ultimate goal.
People should support Bobi Agribusiness Institute because your money is going to a well-oiled machine that's actually transforming community.
Each coin that comes and goes into Bobi Agribusiness Institute is an opportunity to literally take some kids that have been through a lot of turmoil in their lives and bring them from the ditch all the way through an institute in which will set the stage for them to be productive citizens in that country. Not only changing the lives of a young man or woman, it is changing the nation of Uganda.